Hello and welcome to our session here. We're calling it the AI-powered MSP after an AI-powered MSP summit that we are doing shortly that we'll tell you more about. But my name is Mike Stadola, and this is MC, and we lead the marketing team over here at Technology Marketing Toolkit. But this is not about us. This is about you today and what you're going to get out of today. So let's talk about what you'll get in just 3 sessions. You will get more appointments, tons more traffic, and be the go-to expert. And you'll do all this using AI. And this is absolutely for you guys, whether you're brand new and beginner. These sessions are actually some sessions that we're doing to catch people up so that you can take some more of our trainings on some more advanced topics here. But we're going to absolutely show you if you're totally advanced, if you've been using AI, but haven't been using it this way. Or MC, I talked to Producers Club member earlier this morning, and they're like, hey, been to your sessions, done some of this, but of course, got busy, haven't been using it, and could use a refresher on it. So even if you have been on these sessions, you just want to see what's new, what's changed, and you could have this on in the background. But these are hands-on sessions. We're going to show you literally step-by-step how to implement these into your business. Just out of curiosity in chat, if you can put in, are you the owner of your MSP, or are you more of like a marketing person or some other role in the MSP there? So if you just let us know in chat, we'll know who we're dealing with on here with that. So MC, what are we seeing in chat? Who do we have on with us?
Yeah, we've got a bunch of owners on, and then we do have a couple marketing folks on here. So we are in good company.
Okay, and obviously the marketing people, that's what we are. We run the marketing team here at Technology Marketing Toolkit. But the owners are super smart for being on, because if you don't have a marketing person, guess what, MC?
You are the marketing person.
Exactly. Gosh, I guess we got to practice that a little bit more, but we were pretty good. So we'll take that. So we are going to show you really how to use AI to get more appointments, get more traffic, and become the go-to expert by doing videos, but a little bit more about that. First, and today we're going to show you how to convert prospects and leads to appointments by creating your perfect client avatar. MC, what the heck's a client avatar for non-marketing, non-jargon people?
Yeah, so this is your ideal client that you would love to work with. So things like how many computers they have, the location that they're at, what industry they work in, all of those things factor into your client avatar. And it's really who you want to do business with so that you can have a great relationship and have all of the things that you're looking for in your client.
Yeah, so specifically what you're going to walk away with today is basically an AI employee. Never calls in sick. You never have to pay them. You have to pay ChatGPT a little bit something for them, $20 a month to keep them. But that's a pretty low cost of them, and they will do like all of your marketing for you. And we'll see why that's important in just a minute. Then in session number 2, we're going to show you how to explode your website traffic basically instantly with blogs on trending topics that are search engine optimized. I always write MC, I always go SEO optimized, but that's what SEO means, but everyone says it. And then it sounds weird if you don't. Like if I just said topics that are SEO to attract high intent, it sounds like I missed it. So I solved that little riddle. To attract high intent prospects while you sleep. Now, what the heck do we mean by this? Like attracting clients while you sleep? I mean, that sounds too good to be true. But quite honestly, if you think of your blogs differently and think about them as each blog is out there acting as a little magnet for a very specific client, and it could be a client within an industry or geography, but more specifically, they have a certain problem or they want to achieve a certain result. And so each one of your blogs speaks to a certain problem, certain result, and that's really done on SEO through keywords, key phrases, all of that sort of thing in there. So these blogs, they work 24/7. So when someone's on at 11 at night dealing with a tech issue and they Google whatever that is, so like, hey, my printer's not working or I can't connect to my printer, then they have that answer. And maybe they're finding your blog because you wrote something for, like, I'm saying, I was playing around with Nashville restaurant owners as a test market for MSPs. And so if that restaurant is having problem, let's say with their point of sale system, let's go with that on it at 2 a.m, and you've written specifically articles about point of sale systems for Nashville restaurants, then you'll come up and you will instantly be the expert and attract those people. And then finally, in session 3, we're going to show you how to create videos without being on camera, without knowing anything about media, and without owning any equipment other than your computer. So, and what these are going to do, these are also going to be similar to your blogs, but you know that so many people are turning to video nowadays. If you're relying on blogs or text or static images to attract people, you're probably missing a ton of traffic. I'm not going to say like 90% because for all I know, it could be 99% or it could be 50%. But let's just all agree that a lot of people like videos on there, and without videos, we are definitely missing out on a lot of people. Now, the problem with videos in the past is they were time consuming. We got to get equipment, we got to get cameras, we got to get lights, we got to make our hair perfect. I know I got to make my makeup perfect, MC. I don't know about you. There, you got to have a sweet webinar room like MC has, that mad setup there. Yeah, exactly. But you don't need any of that anymore. And we're going to show you during session 3 how to create content that's already working and really scale that using video where you don't need to be on camera. You don't even need to say a single word. So that's going to happen there. Anything before I go on, MC?
Just that your makeup is looking fantastic today, Mike.
Thank you.
You don't even have to worry about that.
I try.
If you guys have any questions throughout our session today, please put those into the Q&A box. I will be monitoring those questions and stopping Mike when we have any of those to get those answered. And a lot of you are asking if there will be a recording sent out after today, and there will be. So you will get a recording to your inbox with the email you signed up for this webinar with.
Yeah, absolutely. Good points. And it'll be the same page all 3 days, guys. So we're just going to put the all 3 sessions will be on the same page there. Obviously, it'll only be session 1 right now, but as soon as you unlock session 2, when we do session 2 live, that'll be available, and then session 3. Let's see. So we're going to show you how to do all this, but this is what I'm going to call kind of 101 level stuff, which is totally fine because the fact of the matter is 101 level stuff is going to put you so far ahead of most of your competition. I've realized from going to a number of different AI events and AI for business events that if you're doing anything with AI like we show you today, even though I'm considering it 101 level, you're beating most people out there. So after today alone, you're going to be ahead of them. And certainly by session 3, you're going to be way ahead of them if you actually implement it. However, these are just tools and one little mini system. There is so much more for that. And that's why we've got a whole 2-day event called the AI Powered MSP Summit that we've got coming up. And instead of me talking about it, got a quick little video. This was not made by AI here, but that talks about that. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. So that was actually made by our human video creator.
That's right.
Cool. And he's awesome. So with that, let me try and get to the next screen. There. So just so it doesn't play again and again, we'll stop on this awkward pause with with Wayne here. So the reason I bring up the AI-powered MSP Summit, and we'll give you more information about that in a little bit here, is this is a totally free event if you're actually a member here at Technology Marketing Toolkit. If you're not a member, the event's $500. However, I believe we still got some time on this. July 31st is the early bird deadline, and you can get tickets to that event for $99, I believe.
Yes.
And that's at AI-powered MSP summit.com. You can throw the link in chat. It probably already is because you're probably ahead of me on that. But you can go ahead and check that out. If you want to see how to create entire systems, check out the website. I'm not going to go through everything because we got to get into the actual things we came here today for. So what I'm going to show you is a video from one of our members who actually went through this training back in January. We did it live with our Producers Club group in January, and here were some of his results. So I want to show you this because this isn't just cool stuff or little gimmicky things. People are saying, how do I actually use AI? Does it actually get me business? So this is Wayne Hunter, and he works a lot with banks and is the MSP and does a lot of compliance work for them. And here's what he had to say.
Well, in Q1, we went and we did the AI deal with Robin, and my team was on virtually. And before I could say, hey, this is cool, they say, hey, this works. So already in the back coding this up, I'm going to do it. So we started off and we built the avatar of our target client, right? And it builds that information, comes out of it. And then I do all these videos on LinkedIn and all this. And my marketing coordinator, which also happens to be my daughter, she says, I got an idea. So she took and built another one and took all my videos and fed into it. So it had my speak to it. Then she created another one that took our compliance campaign that we've been running, and we've been getting a little bit of traction with it to banks. And she says, okay, I'm going to take that campaign and put it in the voice of our target market. So she took that input, put into another bot, and it changed the wording, not the content, but just how certain things were stated in the campaign. And it was like a CIO of the bank is talking. Our click-through rates were like 30-something%, which had been unheard of. And then we're booking FTAs. And it was like, okay, this is great. So they then took it to that other step where they took my voice for when I do posts, they do my post for me, But when they do that post, they first type it up, look at it.
I don't know why I cut off there, but that's all good with that. So this was Wayne talking about exactly what we're going to go through today and in session number 2 and 3 as well. Now, he said they created this, then they created this, then they created this. Yeah, we're going to do all of that. It almost sounds more complicated when Wayne's describing it, but we talked with Wayne. He's been on more than 10 first-time appointments. He said FTAs. First-time appointments this year since going through the training in January from these types of posts. The exact thing you're going to walk away from sessions 1, 2, and 3 within there. So this is absolutely working to get appointments. So it's not just traffic. It's not about leads. That's all like vanity metrics. What you need are appointments and money in the bank. And that's what it's doing here for Wayne and for dozens of other MSPs that we have talked with who've gone through this training earlier this year and have actually implemented it. Now, MC, I said this isn't just a fun little thing and a little tool, but AI is pretty fun. So I took a picture. So people from the AI marketing, or I'm sorry, that AI-powered MSP Roadshow, it was actually a picture that our video editor, Joel, who I mentioned, had on his computer, and I put it into a system, and we'll show this actually at the AI-powered MSP Summit, how to make useful videos, not like this, but this was just a fun one. So it was a static picture, and I told it to animate it, and this is crazy what AI can do. So it was a totally static picture. We actually took 3 pictures, made it into one. You'll see in a second here, but check this out. Okay, that's static picture. In the background says AI-powered MSP. And Roadshow 2025, Las Vegas, Newark, Chicago. And I said, hey, animate this. And here's what AI came up with. Boop, boop. Okay, yeah. You're the dancing queen, MC.
Dancing queen.
With that.
I like this.
Yeah, here, we'll do it one more time. Like, this is crazy, though. Like, it was not that high quality of a picture. And this looks like real. I wish I could dance this well, but still, we just got this little thing going on. Robin's leading the way. We're her backup dancers. I'm not very
Yes.
good with that. So anyways, we are going to show fun little tools and fun little experiments that we've done with AI at the AI powered MSP Summit, but we are absolutely going to show you complete systems to build and integrate into your business. So if you do like these 3 sessions, these are just a taste of what you'll get at that event. Again, it's absolutely free if you're a member. If you're not a member, as long as you get it before, I believe the date's July 31st, you can come for just 99 bucks a person. So, and we feed you, you get drinks, like you could not get the food and drinks we give you over those 2 days for 99 bucks. So it's basically a free event. We're just covering some of the expense of you coming, but you're going to walk out of there with things done just like these days. This is not a seminar. This is a get stuff done, not leave with stuff to do event. So let's get into how to create a virtual employee on this. So MC, I did all the slides. So I'm going to spring this on you though. So I did all the slides where we did screenshots of this, but I thought maybe we'd have some fun and show people how easy this is to do. And so they could follow along with us. So instead of just doing the screenshots, because I never trust AI to be working right when I need it, or my internet to be working for that matter. But do you mind sharing screen and maybe have me walk you through the steps instead of just showing what we've got? Would that be okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you equipped to do that?
Yes, can definitely do that.
Okay.
Let me get this all in order, but yes, absolutely.
Okay. So with that, so I'll let you do that, and I'm going to stop sharing so that you can share. And then I believe there's a document we got to put into chat for. Okay, you just did it. Okay, so this will be important. So there's 2 things. Well, MC is getting that set up. 2 things for you guys here. First, you got to take this document that MC put into chat because that has the instructions. It's got links and it's got some prompts. We're going to play with those a little bit since we're on live. Say, okay, she got it pulled up on screen, should look like this. So get that pulled up. The other thing you'll have to do, and if you don't have it right now, that's fine. Maybe just follow along, or you can do the steps that you can, is to do what we're going to show you. You do need the paid version of ChatGPT. It's a whopping 20 bucks a month, and it'll save you hours. It'll get you, like, just like Wayne was talking about, it's getting him appointments, like actual appointments with his ideal avatar, his ideal clients there. So he said 10 plus appointments. He wasn't sure how many it's gotten him this year, but imagine halfway through the year to get 10 extra appointments. 20 bucks a month is the cost of that. So it's this plus one. It is 20 bucks a month, right? Yeah, 20 bucks a month. So you will need that because these are custom GPTs you're building. If you prefer Copilot or Gemini or Grok or some other strange one, that's fine. This is not going to work on there the same way because everything works differently. So we're going to show you specifically how to do it on ChatGPT. And you'll also be able to use this at our 2-day in-person AI-powered MSP Summit with that. Again, if you don't have that right now or don't want to sign up for it right now or upgrade right now, that's fine. You're going to get the recordings this afternoon, like in a couple hours once we're done, and can get those up on a page, and you can take care of getting it then. So just follow along as best you can. And again, unless Copilot does custom GPTs and interacts the exact same way as ChatGPT, probably can't use Copilot on there or Gemini. And that's why we use ChatGPT, because we're actually going to build an employee. We're not just going to enter prompts. MC, prompts were so 2024, weren't they?
So 2024,
yeah,
but it was cool back then. And
was.
Now what we have is even cooler.
Yeah, we've got what we're going to show you on here are custom GPTs, or what other people might call like bots and automations. And then, I mean, what's really cool in 2025 is agents. But we're not going to get into that in these 3 sessions. That's more to come later. That's like what we're talking about at the summit. But we got to get level 1 built before we start building on top of that. So let's get going with this. Okay, MC. So I want, well, let's tell everybody exactly what we're creating here. Is we're going to build a virtual employee, and this virtual employee is going to be your content writer, and not just content writer. They can create video scripts, they can create blogs, emails, social media posts, pillar content, search engine optimized content. I'm missing tons of stuff on there. I mean, I don't know if I'm missing tons of stuff. They can edit reports. They can do whatever you want with this. What we're going to end in about 20, 25 minutes with is you're going to have some like an AI employee that you can use again and again to speak specifically to your ideal target market. So the first thing I want all you guys on here to do is to think about writing to one person. Who would you be your ideal prospect? And now some people are going to say, oh, well, it's anybody. And it's not anybody, because you don't want, most of you don't want like the one person business who's a part-timer. So you've at least got that. A lot of you have geography in there. So maybe you're within 25 miles of Nashville. And unless you're actually in Nashville, that would be a weird one for you, but go for it. Or it can be an industry. Now, what I would recommend is if you deal with multiple industries, but there's one that you deal with a lot, doesn't have to be the majority of the time. You could have 12 different industries. I was talking with one of our members, young guy, Andrew, and after the January training, he went out and built 12 of these for 12 of the main industries that his MSP works with. He's the marketing guy for them, super smart, super hardworking guy out there. And so he built 12 of them so that he could talk to each of these different kind of niches and industries a little bit differently. So just think of one right now. Even if this isn't going to be the one you're going to use, what we show you today, you can duplicate again and again in probably about 5 minutes total. Once you know the process once, you'll be able to do it again and again. So don't worry about it with that. So, okay. So think of who you want. So, but let's get some involvement in here and have some fun. So why don't you guys write into chat, not into questions, but chat, what's a fun industry you work with? I don't want I always do like Nashville dentists, and no offense to dentists out there, but that doesn't seem as fun. What's like a kind of weird or fun industry, but one that you actually work with? I don't want like underwater basket weaving, all that good stuff. Oh, wine. Okay. I love wine. Some Tim law firm.
I saw that new.
Fun, Tim. Man, sorry, Tim. Maybe they are fun. Maybe I'm hanging out with the wrong lawyers. So I'm gonna go with wine. Because that's oh geez, Grant has sex therapists. We're gonna stay away from that one, just because I want to keep my job. So let's go with like vineyards with that. Or Lacey, you said wine. What is it specifically? You can tell us since we did that. And while Lacey's doing that, give me a fun geography somewhere in the US though. Fun geography in the US. Give me like a city. So I know Lacey, we got Paso Robles. I know we got that, but let's mix it up. Let's go a little crazy with the wine. Okay, I like Portland. We got Grant giving us Portland. So we'll go with that just because I saw it first. And Lacey, still tell me more about the wine. Is this like a wine cellar? Is it a vineyard? Is it what is it there? So we're gonna do that. But MC, you're gonna follow step one. I'm not going to worry about step 1 and step 2 because you already have these links. You've built these before. If for you guys following along, you should have this little Google Doc in front of you, and make sure you click on, and MC, maybe you do this anyways, or why don't you just, click on one of those links so that you can show, okay, we got the brand avatar builder. So that's like she clicked on the link in there. And then you're going to want to save this to your sidebar. So can you go to the little down arrow on the right-hand side, just right of brand avatar builder 4.0, the little arrow, there we go. Man, we'll see about this.
I had the Zoom. I had all my Zoom things in there.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to scroll down and say keep in sidebar. So click on that bad boy there, and you're going to want to do that for what is it, 2 different custom GPTs that we've given you, so that you've got them right there. They're going to be in your sidebar. Don't worry, you can get rid of them at any time. You don't have to get too attached or worried. Where'd your brand avatar one go? Oh, you've got 2 different windows open. That's weird though, that it's only showing one. Okay, whatever. You've got your system, I got mine. We'll figure out how to coexist. So, okay, we're doing it to a wine vineyard in Portland with that. So first we got to open Chat GPT, but before we do that, why don't you copy that prompt? It says enter prompt 1, so copy that before we open Chat GPT, and you guys can follow along. And if you get behind, that's fine. We're not gonna take a long time because you guys are going to be able to watch this recording. So I just want to show you how it's done. So we have, please create for me a detailed business profile of the industry and geography. So let's do a wine vineyard in Portland, Oregon. And Grant said Portland. There's also a Portland, Maine that I know of, but let's go Portland, Oregon. They got some good wine. I'm not sure any of it's grown in Portland, but what do I know? Good stuff out there. And we say, so a wine vineyard profile in wine vineyards in Portland, Oregon, in the context of what they want or need to work with a managed service provider, aka outsourced IT services. And this is actually similar, and you can go ahead and hit that MC so it can start thinking. So we've actually got a member who does work with vineyards, and he's like, they're basically like farmers. And he works with manufacturers and then vineyards. And he's like, there's more between the two of them, more similarities between the two of them than you would think. So it's given us information around that. It's given us IT challenges, growing dependence on technology, remote operations, cybersecurity, regulatory compliance. So we're just getting an industry, and we're doing this. So we're doing some pre-work because we've got to train our employee all about the industry and the person they're writing to. So we're having ChatGPT do the heavy lifting and tell us about the local industry in here. So it's got that. That's fine. That's all we need. So she's going to go ahead and copy and paste everything from like that industry overview section down to just about the bottom. It usually adds like a sentence in the end, like, if you'd like, I can help tailor this. You can get rid of that, help tailor this, or you can put it in and delete it in the Word file, whatever in there. And she's going to copy and paste this into a Word doc, and then she's going to save it. And I'm going to suggest that you save it as something like, you could either just call it industry profile, or if you're going to do multiples of these, call it like Portland Vineyard profile or Portland Vineyard industry profile or whatever, just so you can keep your documents straight. So gonna go ahead and have that. So just before we do too much more, I want to make sure that everyone's not lost. If we got like one person who's a little behind, that's fine. But want to make sure we're mostly tracking and you're getting good results. Write in the chat what industry you put in here, and the geography, just so I can see some of the others. Maybe we'll steal a new industry for next time, though I like this one a lot. So construction in New England, we got healthcare in Napa. We only got 2 brave souls who put their industry and geography. Okay, legal industry in Tampa. We got law firms in there. So, okay, well, go ahead and put those in, nonprofits in South Florida. Perfect. So you guys are doing it right, exactly. And the more specific you get, the better output you'll get from that. But I did not know there were over 700 vineyards and wineries in Oregon. So, okay, cool. So we got this. So now we got to go to the next step, and we got to open up that one of those links that we saved in the sidebar was the brand avatar builder. And before we do that, MC, why don't you go down and copy prompt where it says that prompt 1 based on the doc I just gave you. Yeah, copy that. And then let's go to that brand avatar builder. Okay, so you guys should see, like, if you've done this right and you downloaded it and everything, it's got brand avatar builder in here. You see that little wacky thing with all that. Okay, MC is probably uploading the doc right now. That's why the screen went dark with that. And so you see industry profile, Portland Vineyard, and it says, based on the doc I just gave you, please give me a perfect avatar for a buyer of MSP services. So go ahead and click enter or whatever. The up arrow always confuses me. I'm like, why is it an up arrow? But what it's going to do now is going to start to create the avatar. So that's what MC talked about before. This is a fictional representation of your ideal client on this. So it's going to have what keeps them up at night. So our reader lies awake worried about system failures during critical sales periods, especially harvest seasons, events, and holiday shipments. Not going to read the whole thing. This has all sorts of crazy information that, especially if you're a marketing person, you may not know. maybe even as the MSP who works with this industry, you may not know a lot of this information, but this is what's important to them as a person who owns this, but more so in how they interact with technology and specifically a managed service provider or outsourced IT services. So it's going to give a lot of information about them. So that's great. But we want to go even deeper on this. So just going to go back in there and do prompt 2. And so we've got an overall person like they described, and now we want a specific person. So she's got that. So now take this data, you can hit enter and say, now take this data and create an actual avatar of a fictitious person who would be the perfect candidate for me to write to. So this is not going to be the person who's writing. This is the person your AI employee is writing to. So in this case, it's Laura Bennett, owner and GM of Morning Hollow Vineyards, Dundee Hills, Willamette Valley. And I know I didn't say that right for the people in that area. I forget how you say it. Willamette or Wilmette or something like that. But mid-sized, family-owned, tech savviness, moderate, blah, 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 mindset and motivation, pain points. It keeps going and going. Well, it's creating that, and it's awesome, the information it's putting in here, and you want to read it, and you'll probably get some great insights in this alone. But as it's doing this, MC can go and copy and paste prompt number 3, which I just said, that's all great, but can you give me more detailed emotional information about this avatar that would allow my writers to better connect with, and it says her on an emotional level. If your avatar is a man, change her to him, or else your guru will be as confused as your person is with that. So we're going to put that in there. So go ahead and click enter. And
Mike,
we're going to get better information. Yeah, go ahead.
I'd love to explain a little bit here. So what we're doing right now is really continuing to train your GPT bot, which is what Mike is discussing. But if you've ever used ChatGPT before today and you found that the outputs that it gives you are a little bland or they sound robotic, this is what is overcoming that issue, right? Your ChatGPT has to know a human connection or has to have some person to write to that has a backstory, that has more information, because it starts to create a deeper human connection with that person and it will provide you a better output. So that's kind of all of the things that we're doing here is making sure that we are training this bot on the human connection so that you can have a better output there when you are using it later.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just got a chance to look at questions. I'm seeing someone said like, hey, wasn't creating an AI employee covered in another webinar or training? And the answer is absolutely. We have definitely done this before, but we don't know where everybody's at. And so we needed to take people from step 1 in this. Otherwise, we're just very confused with that. So that's why we started out and saying, even if you've never done anything with this, this is for you. And hopefully it's a great refresher or gives you some more ideas if you have been through this, or just skip this one and join us tomorrow on that. If you've already been through all of our 101 level trainings and you're using it, great, you're ahead, and you should just join us for the next levels. And yes, there will be recordings and you'll get those as well. Okay, so now it's gone way deeper in to the emotional. She feels relief, respect, reassurance, empowerment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, what we have to do in here is MC is going to open up another doc, and she's going to copy both of these outputs. So you had like, or like, I guess all of the outputs on this in there. So we had like that first part, then the second part, then the third part, the general one, and then wait, I'm sorry.
Here I am.
Yeah, there we go. And the brand avatar, there we are. And just from the brand avatar, so you can do like what keeps our readers awake at night, copy all that down. Like, it is not the end of the world if you just copied the whole entire thing, because the couple prompts and stuff, ChatGPT, like it's smart enough to create this. It's smart enough to get rid of that in there. But it's just easier. I like to have it cleaner, so I don't put that stuff in there unless I make a mistake, and then I do. So it's not going to be the end of the world because I've created plenty of these with all of the info in there. But if you can get out the you said,
get rid of the you said. Yeah.
And just keep the stuff. What was our avatar's name? again? Was it Laura?
Avatar's name is Laura.
Okay.
Laura Bennett.
Okay.
Morning Hollow Vineyards.
I know it's Sharon Bennett. I wonder if they're related. So yeah. Okay. Anyways, keep moving. MC was mildly amused by that, but mostly embarrassed.
You should ask her.
Yeah, I ran into a Laura Bennett the other day. As a vineyard owner, about 44 years old, has emotional issues. So,
What
anyways,
keeps her awake at night?
yeah.
Okay.
So you want to
Avatar.
save? Yep. You want to save this in a doc, and you could either just call it Avatar, or you could be the, what would it be? Vineyard Portland Avatar or Laura. Just something so that you can keep track of these, because we are going to need both of these documents in there. And we're at the final step here, because now we got to build I shouldn't say final step. We're at the final thing we're building from this, and then we need to create the custom GPT. But this was the hardest part. So now what we're going to do is she is going to, I might as well copy that prompt one down as long as we're here. And then she's going to go to the Guru Builder one. So this was the one. It says Perry Belcher Guru Creation GPT. And Perry Belcher, I'll just give credit here. If you want to correct the things in here, MC, well,
Okay.
redo it. I guess I'll talk through that, and then I can talk about Perry Belcher later. But there's a couple parts you want to change. So a deep emotional level connection on. So just name the file something. So you want it to reference the file. So in here, you've got to actually upload. We'll let you do this, MC, before we worry about the uploads. You've got to upload those 2 files that you've already created into there. And MC was kind of doing that, starting that when the screen kind of went gray on us. She's got to take the 2 documents, because this is how it's going to create this person. So this is all building on each other. So we got the avatar and industry profile, and it said create a ghostwriter guru who will connect on a deep emotional level. And then you enter the file names in there with that. And it says they're going to write blog posts, newsletters, articles, voice scripts, et cetera, et cetera. So going to go ahead and do that and hit enter. Yeah, the Perry Belcher is a different chat GPT. It's the Guru one. It says Perry Belcher Guru Creation. That is in the document at the very top. There were 2 links.
Second one here.
Yeah, so it says,
Make a
I guess,
guru.
make a guru, and the first one's brand avatar builder. So you will need both of those bad boys. So just so you guys know, Perry Belcher is a real person. He's a great business person and marketer I've followed for a long time. And we're not like giving this out. Well, first of all, these GPTs are publicly available and free, so we're not giving anything out anyways, but paid to go to a conference, and he said free to use them. We could have rebuilt him, but why rebuild him? He's a super smart guy. I highly recommend, if you're big into the world of marketing, follow Perry. If you're just an MSP or just do MSP marketing, just follow us, because we'll distill it all down for you and tell you how to use 5 days of seminar in like 2 hours, specifically for MSPs. So what have we created here, MC?
This is our new virtual employee. So welcome to the marketing team, Grace Hollings. And she will be our content writer. And we will be communicating to her like she is a person on the team. The more that you communicate to this person like they are an actual employee, the better the output will be. So you just kind of got to go all in on the virtual employee. And this is all the information about her.
Yeah, and I know it sounds kind of crazy, like scars or handicaps, mild hearing loss in one ear from use spent working crush season on loud bottling lines. So apparently that's something for with vineyards and bottling. Lavender and clove. Okay. So why does it have all this kind of seemingly ridiculous information? Just like with Laura, our person, we want to create a person who's writing to a person. When you're doing an email, whether you're sending it out to 1 or 10,000 people, there's only one person reading it at the time. So you've got to speak like you're speaking only to that one person in there. So that's what Grace Hollings is going to do with blogs, with video scripts, with social media posts, with emails, with whatever you ask Grace to do. She's going to be writing as a real person, real experiences to another person. Now, if you have something in here you don't like, so like I created the one just playing around for Nashville restaurants, and it gave me like an Alabamian, I don't know if that's the right word, a guy from Alabama, and he used ain'ts and couldn'ts and like with these weird words a lot, talking about that, and wanted it a little different. It was a little too country for me, so we changed it. So as you go through it, you can change it within here, but go ahead and scroll down, and you might as well copy and paste all of this. And you're going to, everyone following along, you're going to want to copy and paste this into the final Word document that we need, and it's called Guru. So you might call it Vineyard Portland Guru or whatever, just so you know about it. So I'm going to get some of the questions while we do that. So we got an assistant AI. Okay, working on the language. What's that extra step? Ooh, eBay. eBay. I don't know what the extra step is.
I was talking with them.
Okay.
If you'd like these outputs in another language, ChatGPT is able to translate anything for you. You would just need to, once you get that output, say, can you translate this into whatever language you're looking for it to translate?
Yeah, and Stuart, if you're communicating with people, I just did US because most of our people are selling in the US. But if you're selling overseas, it can absolutely work. So if you are overseas, as long as you got ChatGPT access in your country and you use emails or letters, however you communicate, yes, it absolutely works. Really, no matter where you are. So perfect. Okay, so now we got those. So now let's go ahead and we're going to build a custom GPT. Some people call this like a bot, and similar thing, but we're going to call it a custom GPT just because that's what it is. So to do this, now let's go back to and open a new chat. So you're in chat, and this recently changed how you do this. So it used to be in the upper right, and now it's under GPTs right there where MC's got her little clicker. And again, this is why you need ChatGPT Pro to create it, unless they've changed something and you can do this on the free version, but I hadn't seen that. And so now you go in the upper right to create. So we're going to click on that. And now we should be in a screen like this, and it should be on that configure tab. So she's going to name it something she wants, because this is what you're going to then keep kind of in your sidebar. So whatever you're going to know it as, don't worry about a description. And then in the instructions, you're just copying, pasting the instructions, and then changing out the industry, geography, and then name of the guru with that. So I'll give everyone a second one. So Charles asking ChatGPT Pro or Plus. I think it's the one called Plus. We showed it before. Pro will work.
$20
like
a month.
Any paid version works with this. You need a paid version. They're calling the entry level one Plus right now. But if you have Pro or Teams or Enterprise ones or whatever, it'll work on all of those. So the content should be written in the voice of Grace Holland. Okay. So you want to copy and paste those instructions and change those things in brackets, then just make sure you read it over. Okay, so Eric's saying Gemini has same thing, just called gems. So this should be possible. So yeah, if you got this, we just can't do this on 600 different LLMs out there. So then the other very important part is what's below that. And this is where you're creating your own custom GPT. There's what's called knowledge or knowledge base in there. And that's where you need to upload all three of the files you saved. So you're going to have your industry file. That's the first thing we created. Then our avatar file. And then the Grace Hollings, the guru file. So you should have all three of those, and you upload those bad boys. Well, we let people catch up. MC, let's have fun and go to the top. And why don't we create a picture using Dolly that'll be the little thing on here. So this will just be the little icon that we got on it. You can either upload one. So it was funny, MC, when I was doing this with the restaurant guru, it actually asked me, so my restaurant person, it actually, when I did the avatar, I guess it named my avatar Sarah. And it asked if I wanted a visual representation of Sarah. So it gave me a photo of or a photo. It's not a photo, I guess, but an image of Sarah. So it did that.
That's fun.
So Grace was looking a little rough there. She needed to shave. Oh, she still needs to shave. Okay, wonderful. Grace Hollings. I've heard it be a man's name too. Whatever. So that's what Dolly did. We need help with Dolly. So whatever. It's all good. So you should have all of this in there. So keep going. Oh yeah. So Eric's let's see, sales, whatever, person in our chat saying, hey, they couldn't find the guru gems. Yeah, like that's the other thing. Gemini could have the ability to make like quasi-custom GPTs, but we're using custom GPTs to make this. So you would like have to make it in Chat GPT and then put it into a gem anyways, which if you're going to do that, it already means you have Chat Pro anyhow, or Chat Plus. So no real reason to do that. Okay, so we've got all this. So this is in there. Let's go ahead and hit create. We'll be like Dr. whatever the doctor was in Frankenstein. Was his name just Dr. Frankenstein and then the monster was Frankenstein? What was the doctor's name?
Oh gosh.
Okay. 5 points for anyone who puts in the doctor's name from Frankenstein. I bet Grace Hollings could tell us here. So let's not do that right now, but okay, it was Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein, Victor. Oh, Victor's the monster. That's right. You're right. I had it backwards. Okay. So now the first thing I want to do is test this GPT. And guys, we're almost done. We'll be done in the 60 minutes. So get that prompt one. It says, please explain the instructions I've given you in the most detailed way possible, so I know that you're able to do this job with satisfaction. So she's going to paste that in there, hit enter, and then it's going to start describing a lot. Here's a detailed breakdown. So it's going to go for a while. So MC, why don't we copy prompt number 2 in here while it's doing all of this?
Right.
Because I want to leave a couple minutes for questions if we need. So, okay. So it's doing that. We don't want to interrupt it. So it's telling us the target audience, blah, blah, blah. Needs I'll be addressing, secure, seamless IT support. Services to showcase from the MSP. So it's still writing. It's going. Okay. Yes, we know this works. You know what? Hey, MC, you want to, did you already edit? You just did edit to your left-hand side there. So guys, if you do create this, make sure again, you go to that little button at the top and do you want to show the button at the top again, MC?
Sure.
So button at the top, and she already did keep in sidebar, but it says hide from sidebar. She would just hit keep in sidebar there if you want to be able to use it again and again. So now we want to test this new GPT. It says, please write 1,000-word featured article for my readers about insert question. I don't know what vineyards in Portland, Oregon I'm dealing with right now, but say word feature article for my readers about the recent heat wave and how it affects their business from a tech standpoint. So you just got to make up a topic. We're gonna go real deep tomorrow into this part of it and give you absolutely crazy blogs and video scripts and everything from that. Oh, it just opened like all the crazy stuff. Yeah, Canvas. I don't know why it does that sometimes and not others. So you could just click got it. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. This is like super bland. The past week, blah, blah, blah. So it's probably still writing. So I don't know why it does this the first time you do it, but I find this the very first time you use it, it does this a lot. And if it ever does it again, you just use the prompt that we're about to put in here. So it's the next prompt. So you can go in there and it says, the prompt is, please, this reads like an encyclopedia. This does not read like an article written by the ghostwriter guru, or speak directly to the pain points of the avatar. Please try again. So copy and paste that in. Is it done? It looks like it. So paste that in and hit enter. Okay. Thanks for your feedback. You're absolutely right. Let me recenter this article in Grace's authentic fireside tone. So I don't know why it does that. Haven't been able to figure out something that doesn't do that. But
It's like it's your first day and you want to be professional and
okay, I get it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So Grace is just finding her footing at the
Yes.
company. Okay. Gotcha. I like that explanation. That's better than mine. Okay, cool. But can you scroll back up to the top of the other one that it was starting to write? Yeah, that heat wave, or will it still show it to us?
Might have been overwritten.
Okay, we'd have to click on the little back icon. Can you click on and over to the right? Oh, you can click back in there. And then over to the right, there's like the little back guy. So you can go into a previous version.
Not sure
Not
it's letting
letting
me
you?
do that.
Okay, whatever. There was just a significant difference between what it had. Now it will do. It was still writing it. So that's why I
Oh,
wouldn't
got
let me
it.
do the previous version. So it said like this past week, the Willamette Valley felt less like Oregon and more like an open oven door. Okay, it's not terrible and stuff, but now go to the new version. Watch, it's the exact same. I didn't read it. It's been hot, hasn't it? Not just warm, but not just a summer sizzle. We're talking fruit wilting, sweat down your back, pray the Wi-Fi doesn't go out kind of heat. So like this really started to write more like Grace. Now, one of the things that you'll find, this is a big thing you got to train it for. Look, second sentence. And if you're like Laura over at Morning Hollow, now this might work in this aspect, but what the guru is doing is writing directly to Laura, was that Hollingsworth? Oh, no, it's Grace Hollings. I forget what Laura's last name is at Morning Hollow. So I want to go into the instructions, MC. I'm sorry. You know what? Why don't we try this? Let's actually go into the Chat GPT instructions there. So how you do this is you go back to your GPTs, like you were creating one. Just up a couple, MC. There we are. And then you'll have my GPTs in the upper right. And if you've already created it, you're going to see that one and you can go in and edit it. Let's go into instructions and say, do a space just so it's a new line, just because long paragraphs freak me out with this. But say, while you should be writing to, shoot, what's our person's name in
Laura.
there? Okay. Writing to Laura, she is representative of the reader. And there will be many different readers from many different locations that we're actually writing to. Please do not use Laura's specific name or information in the outputs. You want to copy that and just put that into the chat, MC, so other people can copy and paste that in there?
Yeah.
Oh, you're putting it right on this bad boy. Okay, look at that. We should just add that to the instructions, actually. You don't want to do that? As long as we're doing it in here, why don't we just copy this into that instruction section up top? Where we've got that. I'm sorry, not up top, but go down. There's instructions, step 6, instructions. So just add it right in there. Yeah, perfect. And then got one other, yep. Okay. Docs updated real time. I've never tried updating it in the instructions here. And then, yeah, we'll get rid of that part down there. So, well, you can just get rid of all this if you want. You're saying maybe it's just an additional prompt. That's fine. That's how I've done it. I've just put this in a prompt and done it. But let's get back to ChatGPT here and click update. Then let's go back in and ask for the exact same article. So we'll just use that prompt you put in a minute ago again.
Okay. I forget our question.
So about the heat wave our readers experiencing. Just put that. And again, like to probably have the best output, we'd probably use it in the same chat, but we got a new chat. So let's see. Well, no, we kind of needed a new chat because we updated instructions. So MC's a step ahead of me as usual in here. So you guys should all be getting this. If you want to put it, let us know. Is this working for you? Are you getting stuff? Is it cool? Have you already been doing this since 2022? The one person who's been doing that and everything, and you might have been like, the stuff has been around there. It's just, you needed to know a lot harder ways of doing that.
It's like my Wi-Fi might be slow.
So you're all good.
Retry.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Needs to be lickety split.
There we
Lickety
go.
split, Grace.
Yeah, Grace, we don't want to have to wait minutes for your blog. We want seconds. This is an AOL dial-up here.
She's got to learn.
Yeah, and someone's got to explain to MC what AOL dial-up is here. But when the heat rises, so do the risk. How Portland vineyards can weather the summer tech storm. Okay, so it's going. This looks much better. I'm not seeing Laura right in here. Hopefully, it's not naming her. Can you scroll down to the very bottom? So now we've got a blog about, oh, it's still writing, but it's calling about remote monitoring. Why don't you scroll up to the tech stuff, like where it has that. So back up everything, cool your core devices, test your failover plans, prep staff. And so guys, the whole point of this is you're speaking their language. This is exactly what Wayne Hunter was talking about. Instead of just being general, hey, here's 5 things to protect your business in the summer type of thing. Probably most of you aren't writing those blogs anyways, because most people certainly aren't. If you are, you're in like the top 1% anyways. But even if you are, you're not speaking directly to that industry. So when Wayne's going after banks, he needs to speak like a CIO. Because that's the level of person that these the people making decision at the financial institutions are used to talking to. So if his emails, if his videos, if his everything isn't talking in that kind of language about compliance and with that expertise, they do not trust Wayne. Now, Wayne is an absolute expert. So when he gets in front of them, it's perfect. But he's got those extra 10 plus FTAs already this year, first time appointments with those people because he used a 24/7 employee, just like we built today. Now he did extra things that we're going to show over the next 2 sessions to speak to them. Now, guess what? They're the only ones getting emails that speak directly to their problems, to their software, to what the bank financial institutions are dealing with right now. All of the other MSPs, if they're sending any emails at all, they're generic gobbledygook and they sound like that. So no authority, no credibility. So this is how Wayne instantly stood out from his competition, from the hundreds of other MSPs in his marketplace that are trying to get that same business. He's the only one speaking their language to them. Did you do another blog? I'm seeing.
No. Somebody mentioned the long dashes. And I said, Grace, I never want to see those long dashes again. And she said, understood. No more long dashes. Dash. Anyway.
Okay, but
no I got to work with her.
Some people are all concerned about long dashes and how that's AI, but honestly, doesn't matter because like it's still much better content. Like if they know it's AI, like no one, I'm not reading the article trying to figure out if it's AI. I just want the best article. I like what AI puts out. So sometimes I'd rather have it be AI because it can be better. Now, as always, I will say read everything before you publish it because you want to make sure it actually applies, it's right, it's up to date as far as you know with that, and it didn't do anything crazy in there. Like I actually don't, this writing style, it's like too much text to me. Like I would tell Grace, hey, write with shorter sentences or shorter paragraphs and things like that you can do. So that is page 1. Like I use, what are they, ellipses? I use ... all the time. So if it were Mike AI, it's going to have ... all of the time. And I use parentheses to make little side comments. Oh, this one's a little crazy. So we're just doing 1 sentence once. So you can tell it however you want to do it. So, okay, Jen, we got Jen on here. So thanks for chiming in, Jen. Using the prompts and instructions that Mike and MC created, I've created industry profiles, avatars, and gurus to address the pain points and needs of our main prospect verticals: manufacturing, nonprofits, financial services, small to medium-sized business, etc. Awesome. Okay, with that, you can ask questions. I'm going to put back up the information. So again, guys, this is session 1 of 3. We're going to show you how to build a complete little system. Again, this is a foundational level, but it's one that you need to do all of the amazing stuff that we are going to be showing at our upcoming AI-powered MSP Summit. And with that, I should probably take us back to that while we answer any questions. If you don't have questions and don't want to hear what other people have, thanks for being with us on session 1. Make sure same bat time, same bat channel for session number 2 tomorrow, and we will have the recordings up and out there. So, okay, you put the page up. Cool. I was working on all that. So I'm working hard in the background here. I'm seeing you just beat me to it. But let's see if there were any questions. Dominic, of course, thank you. Thank you guys for being on. Let's see on session 2. Biggest thing, guys, is use this. Oh, okay. These are all questions we answered. If there's no new questions, we're absolutely done. So Amy, you're welcome. We will send out the recordings. It'll take a couple hours to get those up and rendered and all that good stuff. Let's see.
So Mike, you, me, and Grace will be back tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. We got this question. Do you publish the byline under the guru's name or change it? Oh,
good question.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do with that. You can do that if you want the byline. We don't use bylines on a lot of our blogs. Like we don't go. So for most of our AI stuff, we're probably not even putting a byline. We just leave it empty. And then if they really look, it's probably published by Mike or MC or whoever on that. Now we don't do that with, like, if you want it to be someone's actual voice. So like if we were using Robin Robbins, we wouldn't have it say that it's published by her if it was a different voice that she's not writing that in. So great question. Charles, you're welcome. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Where do we get the instruction docs? Okay, that's up in chat, but we can throw that again in case you came late. We will also have those on the recordings page. So you will have that link. We'll put that on the recordings page so that you have access to all of that in there. But MC just threw that link in there again, or someone did it look like. And will you have today's recordings? Yes, we will. Von,
in
perfect.
Just a few hours,
So
yes.
you'll get an email out there. So with that, I think that's all the questions, unless someone wants to ask about recordings, but we will have recordings. So thank you guys for being on. We want you to be absolutely successful MSPs. And if you do want to join us at the summit, we'd love to see you there. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
MC.
Mike. Bye, everyone.